So, good day, friends. Welcome back to our next section, section 3. What are the views on death penalty? So, that is our focus for discussion this morning. By the end of the lesson, students should be able to examine the three main views on death penalty, outline some merit and demerit of the views on death penalty. Now, what are the views on death penalty? Retribution, rehabilitation, and deterrence. Now, one primary rationale for legal punishment is retribution. The retributionist view is that legal punishment is justified as a means of making those who are responsible for a crime or harm pay for it. So, you have killed somebody. You've killed my brother. You have to be killed too. That is a retributive position. That if you have killed me, you must also be killed. If you slap me, I also slap you back. Retribution. There's another view we call rehabilitation. But with rehabilitation, what happens is that the proponent of the view that criminals are not animals. Criminals are going through some form of, if you want, sickness. If you want, criminals are going through some form of moral deficiency. So then there's the need for a reformation. We need to reform these criminals to become better persons, to be reintegrated in society. And proponents of this view include both Christians and non-Christians. The essence of this position is that the purpose of justice is to reform, but not to retribute. So then if you have killed my brother and we are to kill you, what is the essence? There's no value. But then such a person can be taken to prison, reformed, to be reintegrated into society for society to benefit. And there are instances where people who have been taken to prison get reformed, they turn into pastors, and they come back to society to preach the gospel of Christ. And this is the view. The third view is deterrence. Now, proponents of this view argue that the institution of death penalty or capital punishment has the potential to discourage others from perpetuating same act. So, if somebody kills another person in the society, if we also kill that same person, then it will prevent other people from also perpetuating same act. And this is the argument the deterrence proponent are putting forth, that there's a need to kill people who have perpetrated a crime so that it will deter others from pursuing that same. Now, what are some of the merits and demerits of these views? One of the demerits is that it promotes satisfaction to the bereaved family. Now, you kill my brother, we also kill you. Now, look at Kaka's family. Kaka's family is demanding justice. So then the point is that if the person who had killed Kaka is also killed, there's satisfaction in the bereaved family. Again, it reforms the criminals when you talk about the rehabilitation. Even distribution of justice is given. Retribution. Then it safeguards society by clearing their fears. So such a person who is tormenting society, when he's killed, society becomes safeguard. Nobody fears of any other future crimes. And it deters future crimes, as we have already indicated. Deterrence. So you kill somebody, you also killed. It deters people from perpetuating same act. Again, let's look at some of the deterrents, the demerits. In most instances, wrong or innocent people are sometimes killed. And later the truth comes out that the person who has been killed was innocent. So the argument is that it's of no sense to kill people who have committed a heinous crime. Again, there's a waste of taxpayers' money on these criminals. For rehabilitation per se, the taxpayers, would have to continue paying huge taxes for the money to be used to reform criminals. For me, it makes no sense. So that is the argument, that it's a waste of taxpayers' money on criminals. Again, it promotes cruel justice. Death penalty promotes cruel justice because killing in its essence is cruel. And it's also against fundamental human right to life. Now, the fact that I've committed crime doesn't mean that I must be killed. It could be that psychologically, I was going through a situation which prompted me to commit such a heinous crime. But then if you kill me, then you are impeding on my right to life. And the other demerit is that since the introduction of death penalty, crime hasn't stopped. So the argument is that it makes no sense to continuously kill people who have committed heinous crime. So let's do the summary. So we are saying the practice leaves many with different viewpoints with respect to its relevance to individuals and the state. In fact, the retributivist view is that legal punishment is justified as a means of making those who are responsible for a crime or harm pay for it. And the retributionist or retribution view is that criminals are not animals, they can be reformed to be well fitted into society. And finally, the deterrence argument is that when death penalty is meted out to perpetrators of crime, it deters others or prevents others from perpetrating same crime. So thank you very much for listening, and we'll meet in the next session.